Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. In this video we will answer more, let us say, more deception in the video of Mr. James White. Sadly, I have to say this deception because when a Christian person he come with such things, I cannot call it anything except he's misleading Christians in purpose. Either he is speaking by in ignorance, and that is a very bad, or he is speaking with knowledge, and that's a very ugly. So when we talk about someone like James White, and all of you, maybe many of you, call him a scholar, and if you look behind him, you will see maybe there's hundreds of books. You see that a library, there's books everywhere. And then we hear him saying a statement which is really disgusting. I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm saying it is disgusting. How we can explain those things? Later I will answer some comment of the previous video, but I want you to listen carefully with me and don't take a side, don't take my side, his side. There's no side here. Take the side of the truth. Alright? Don't be in my side and don't be in his side. Be in the side which is right and against the wrong. Listen with me please, and let us see. When James White he is speaking with knowledge, or he is speaking with ignorance? Is he being smart, intelligent, or he being foolish? Because until now, many people did not get it yet about what Mr. James is trying to say to you. I advise you to listen to the whole video. However, in order for me to make a response for all of it, that would take really long time. So I made a video before about this part, and now we will continue with this part. So those who don't agree with me, they will understand more what I'm talking about. Listen carefully, please.
One of the primary questions was, is ISIS Islamic? Well, I think the Muslims, first of all, need to stop answering that with a simplistic, oh, no, of course not. I didn't pray. Anybody knows that's not the case. It's not washing with people outside. You know, when you're willing to die by blowing yourself up while yelling Allahu Akbar, there's something Islamic about that. They ain't yelling Hallelujah Jesus.
All right.
These people think they're Muslims.
Oh, just wait. Did you see what he said? You see the dangers of those words? Maybe many of you, if you listen to what he said, it sounds like he is saying, no, this is Islamic, and those are Muslims. But he just said, those people, they think they are Muslims. They what? They think. Which means, according to his opinion, they are not. They think. But in fact, they are not. When you say, those people, they think they are Muslims, you are trying to imply that those people, they are not Muslims, but they think. Otherwise, what the reason for you to say the word they think? What do you mean? Are they Muslims or they are not? The second you say they think, and this is his opinion, by the way. This is not their opinion. For their opinion, they are Muslims. His opinion is they think. So he is defending Islam and saying those people, they think they are Muslims, but in fact they are not. They are using Islamic terms like Allahu Akbar, etc., but they think they are Muslims, but in fact they are not. This is why I say what he is saying is very poisoning and very deceiving. Listen more.
Now, I'm well aware of the fact that there are all sorts of, I'm so thankful for the 140 some odd scholars that signed the document against ISIS a couple of years ago. They're taking their lives in their hands, but the very fact they're taking their lives in their hands says something, and these documents are all being written outside the Middle East, which is interesting in and of itself. But I know you exist I am thankful you exist. I know why you exist. I recognize that. I make the proper distinctions. But
For those who do not know, those scholars who sign against ISIS, none of them believe in his signature. Those people, they work for governments, they get salary from certain organizations, and it's required from them to prove themselves that they are not supporting ISIS if they want to continue with the support they get. As an example, Qatar and Bahrain and Emirat and Saudi Arabia, they are #1 sponsor for all the mosques in the world. So if the Imam ever he disagree with one of those government, he will lose his payment, he will lose his salary, he will lose his job. It's a job. So if Saudi Arabia says you need to sign against ISIS, everybody have to sign. Not because they agree with Saudi Arabia, because they don't want to lose their job. Those are employees. Now somebody will say to me, well, isn't Saudi Arabia is a government which is practicing Islam? Why they are against ISIS? Simply, this is a royal family. They are protecting their royal rules, and they don't want to lose their office. They don't want to lose the government. ISIS is a competition. They want to take over. So they are not fighting ISIS because ISIS are not Muslims. They are using whatever tools they have to oppose ISIS, so they eliminate their influence inside the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And this is not a secret. You know, all of us, we know that all the donations for terrorists around the world is coming from Saudi Arabia under the vision and the supervision of the Saudi royal family. Qatar is #1 country who support terrorists in the world. This is why you will never see one terrorist attack in Qatar. Actually, Al-Qaeda, they never release a tape to any TV station except Al Jazeera, which is owned by the Prince of Qatar. They never have interview, never, with anyone except under the supervision of Al Jazeera, which means even if a journalist is from different, let us say, TV station, he want to go have an interview, it have to be under Al Jazeera TV. So we know why those people they sign, not because they are not Islamic. Actually, I saw a video made by moderate Muslims. They were saying the video in Arabic. ISIS are not Islamic because they did not kill all the Christians in the village of Al-Qaryatain in Syria. Those are the moderate Muslims. They are trying to prove that ISIS are not Muslims. Why? Because they did not kill the Christians in that village, and the excuse is those Christians, they have a status in their church for Jesus, so they are pagan, should be killed. So those are the moderate Muslims, which mean ISIS turned to be nicer. ISIS let those Christians live, and they forced them to pay jizya, but the moderate Muslims who prove ISIS not to be Muslims because it's something about politics. They are trying to say to you, or speaking to the Muslims actually, this is a message was sent to the Muslims, not to you. If ISIS are true Muslims, how come they did not kill the Christians in that village? They forced them only to pay jizya. So when someone like James White, he says they think they are Muslims, he is saying they think they are, but they are not. And he's trying to say to you that there's many scholars against ISIS. This is absolutely false. They are against ISIS as a political movement, but they are not against ISIS as Islamic practice. All those scholars you spoke about, they sponsor Sharia law. And Sharia law is cutting hands, cutting feet, cutting necks, stoning, killing apostate, you name it. The list is long. So what do you mean they sign against ISIS? What does that mean? Does that mean they are against the Sharia law? That is nothing but a fabrication. This guy, he's messed up with between, he have a friends now, he became a friends to the Muslims, let us say. He have a friendship with the Shabil Ali. But all of us, we know the Qur'an chapter 551 says, take not Christians and Jews as a friends, which means Shabil Ali will not take him as a friend. He is fooling him, and he himself became a victim. This guy think that he have Muslim friends. He think, which is very foolish, when the Qur'an is so clear about it.
have to fault a lot of my Muslim friends who, while opposing ISIS, joined that opposition immediately with some type of anti-Israel rhetoric, some wild-eyed political rhetoric. And I'm sorry, if you want to attack Israel and you are not at the exact same time even more loudly condemning the brainwashing of Palestinian children to stab Jews in the back, or the cartoons they have and the songs they sing, I don't care what you have to say. I don't care what you have to say.
Okay. Can we find really one Muslim he condemned the Jews? Can we find Muslim, condemn killing the Jews, stabbing them in their back? You will not find that. So what this guy is talking about, he's messed up. Same time he is saying to us there's many Muslims against the terrorism of ISIS, but at the same time he cannot present us any Muslim who will go against a Palestinian stabbing a Jew in his back. Where are they? If I take you right now to any Islamic news agency, when they report the news about somebody he stabbed a Jew and he was killed, they say the murderer, the shaheed, which means he is the hero. Those are the moderate Muslims. Al Jazeera TV, supposedly, the stupid Western, they call them moderate. All Islamic TV stations, they call a Palestinian who tried to kill a Jew a murderer, with no exception and no question about it. So what this guy is talking about?
Because the anti-Jewish insanity that I see amongst many Muslims.
Now, if we ask ourselves, is the anti-Jews insanity, is that Islamic? Is that Islamic? You know, like he mentioned before, that when ISIS, they kill somebody, they say Allahu Akbar. Well, this is what Muhammad did when he killed the Jews. He killed the Jews, and in the same day he ate donkeys, celebrating killing the Jews. Let me show you the hadith. Hold on. As long as we mention it, let us show it. Here we go. This is the hadith in front of us. When Muhammad he killed the Jews, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Huh? You see it? Khaybar is destroyed. This is the Prophet of Islam celebrating the death of the Jews. And to celebrate, as to make a party, they cooked some donkeys. Alright, it's party time now. They cooked some donkeys and they ate them. But who is the first one who celebrates death of others by saying Allahu Akbar? Is that ISIS? Or this is Muhammad? Who is the one who celebrates the death of the Jews? Is that ISIS? Or Muhammad? Isn't it Muhammad is the one who said time will come, which means the judgment day, and the Jews, they try to find a refuge, and if a Jew he hide behind a tree or a rock, the tree and the rock will scream and say to the Muslims, there is a Jew behind me, kill him. Which means it's an obligation for every Muslim to kill any Jew, even if he's hiding, asking for refuge, which means he have no weapon. So the insanity of hate against the Jews, is that Islamic? I'm trying to understand what this guy is trying to come with. I believe he is really, his thought is very mixed up. Very mixed up.
And that I certainly see bred by the Palestinians is just so absurd. It's beyond any level of rational discourse or comment. You can't have a meaningful discussion when people are behaving that way. It's just unreal. But back to the point. If we don't hear a recognition on the part of non-radicalized Muslims, whatever, we're struggling to find terms. Muslims who do not believe that there is a caliphate, do not believe that jihad is, in the sense of military actions, are appropriate in this context, so on and so forth. You have...
Guys, there's a Muslim that don't believe in caliphate, and there's Muslims who don't believe in jihad. I want you to find those Muslims for me. What are you talking about? Jihad is in the Qur'an. You know, it's like saying if you can't find me a Christian, he don't believe in the Holy Spirit and the Son and the Father. It's like you are saying to me, you can't find me a Christian who don't believe in the resurrection of Jesus. It's like you are saying to me, if you find me a Christian who do not recognize the crucifixion of Jesus. What this guy is talking about? How you can be a Muslim if you don't recognize the jihad? Name for me one Islamic group don't recognize jihad. All of them, they recognize it, with no exception. Otherwise, he is not a Muslim. As an example, in chapter 4, verse number 76, it says clearly that those who believe, they fight. The word, by the way, qatilu, it means to fight, to kill, not just fight. You know, some, like when you see in English the word fight, that means fight to kill. The word qatilu is coming from the word qatala, which means kill, not just fight as in English it translate. So those who believe fight in the cause of Allah, and those who reject the faith, they fight in the cause of evil. So if you are a Muslim, you cannot be a Muslim unless you fight for the cause of Allah. And if you reject Islam, this is why we fight you, and you are fighting for the cause of evil. So anyone who rejects Islam is an evil person. This is the logic of Islam. And not only this, for refusing Islam, you are a friend of Satan. We are the people of Satan. Indeed, supposedly. So, you know, seriously, I'm trying to understand what this guy is trying to say to us, but he himself looked like very confused. He is mixing things up. He think there is a moderate Muslims, there is Muslims who they are against jihad, there is Muslims they don't want war, there is, you know, those are not Muslims, because the Muslim is the one who follow his scriptures, not somebody who say his own opinion. Let us say, for the sake of argument, there is someone, his name is Muhammad, and he truly believes jihad should not be done. Well, this is not Islamic. This is his opinion. Are we talking about Islam, or we are talking about this Abdul? If I get you someone, his name is James White, and this person, James White, he said Jesus never been crucified. This is his opinion. This is not Christianity. Which means he present no one. So why you are mixing him with Islam? Let us continue.
Have to recognize that the members of ISIS, some of whom are simply there because they are evil men who love to do evil.
Mm-hmm.
They love raping women. They love beheading people. Their consciences are seared. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't think some of you Muslims even have proper theological categories to understand the depth of evil of these men.
You see what he's saying to you now, that Muslims, according to their religion, they cannot find why ISIS is doing this, as if Muhammad did not rape anyone, as if Muhammad did not capture and enslave anyone, as Muhammad, he did not kill 800 Jews in one day, and he enslaved all the children and the women for 6 slaves. So a Muslim, he will not find a logical reason for this. You see what he's saying? He's trying to tell you that this is not Islamic. This is the whole idea. Those are people who are not Muslims. The Muslims are against them. Islam is against them. This is not Islamic. A Muslim, he cannot find a reason for those people to do that. which is absolutely false. Very foolish argument. The question is, when ISIS they rape a woman, did Muhammad rape women? The answer is yes. When ISIS they force people to pay the jizya, did Muhammad force to pay the jizya? Yes. When ISIS they take the kids and the women as sex slave, did Muhammad did the same? Yes. When ISIS cut hands, cut necks, cut fingers, put nails in the eyes, did Muhammad do that? Yes. Even burning. Even burning. Muhammad, he is the one who came with the first order to burn people. And later he changed his mind. He said, you know what, we will leave it for Allah to burn them by his punishment. But he is the first one who came with that. And then all the Khalifa, they practice burning. So the Muslims, they know that this is their Islamic religion. And this is why nobody can say really the practice of ISIS is not true Islamic. You know, when they ask the Azhar University sheikh, the big sheikh, can we consider ISIS kuffar? He said, we cannot. They are Muslims. Even though supposedly he opposed them. He don't like what they do. But the idea of those people, they don't like what they do because they are exposing Islam too much. Like I saw a video of a Muslim sheikh was saying, the problem with ISIS is not killing the non-Muslims. The problem, they are making it in a videotape. So he is not against killing non-Muslims, but he is against to spread those videotape, and that will ruin the reputation of Islam. And he was saying this is not the time for us to say loudly this is what we do, because we're still in the stage of weakness. We have to wait until we can say this is what we do. That time when nobody can oppose us anyway. So to make it simple, those who call themselves moderate Muslims, because they feel the weakness of Islam today as a power, they don't have the power to stand in the front of the West to say this is what we do, we will kill you, we will slaughter you all. So they have to play the game. They play a bad cop, a good cop, just to fool someone like this guy.
You don't, since you don't believe in total depravity, you don't believe in original sin, you don't have a meaningful hamartiology, doctrine of sin.
See,
I don't even know how you understand how these people do the things they do. But what you must understand is that there are others in ISIS who not only say the prayers, but are absolutely convinced that what they are doing is firmly founded in the Qur'an and in the Hadith. They believe that. You may say they're wrong.
You may say they are wrong. They believe that. You must say they are wrong. You believe that. You may say they are wrong. So listen, you know, for God's sake. Is it in the Quran or not? Is what they are doing is in the Hadith and the Quran? Yes or no? The answer is yes. So what do you mean they might believe so? What's wrong with this guy? Is what ISIS practice exist in the Hadith and in the Quran? Let me show you. As an example, the burning. Let us go for the burning. This is a hadith about Muhammad burning all the trees and everything the Jews they can use in the future for any reason, like trees, anything. And we are not sure in this occasion if he burned people too, but it says clearly that he burned everything he make it in a fire, and he burned everything the Jews they has, which he cannot carry with him. So the thief, anything he cannot carry with him, he burned it. Anything he can carry, he took it. This hadith here, the Prophet he attacked a tribe, and then he burned all whoever is inside the tribe with their houses. He burned their places. How many child is inside their places? How many women are hiding inside the houses, and those people who he burned their places? Let us continue. And for those who want to see the reference, this is Sunan Abu Dawood. And here we go. The Muslim, they will say to you, Da'if. By the way, this is something new. Da'if al-Albani. Al-Albani, he just passed away a few years ago. So don't go by this garbage. It exists in the book of Sunan Ibn Abu Dawood because it is Sahih. The books of Sahih are 6 books, 6 authors. One of them is Abu Dawood. Alright, let's continue. This is a hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari. Alright, about Ali is burning people alive. He burned them alive. Alright. Ibn Abbas, he heard the news. He said that I heard the Prophet, if I am you, I will not burn them, I will kill them. Like as if it is like he's better, like he's a nicer person, if I am you, I will not burn them, I am going to kill them. So let us say, for the sake of argument, Ali, he present ISIS now. And the funny, by the way, the followers of Ali now, a Shia, are the ones fighting ISIS. They believe it or not. But Ali, their best man, he used to burn people alive. Not only him, all the Muslims, they practice that. Ibn Abbas, he don't agree with him. He said we should not maybe burn him because this is a punishment of Allah. However, if I am you, I will kill them, because the Prophet said if somebody, a Muslim, disgrace his religion, kill him. Isn't it, this is the logic of ISIS? Can a Muslim say Ali is a bad person? Can any Muslim say Ali was a bad man? No way. Can any Muslim accuse Ali to be ISIS? That's maybe an honor. Is Ibn Abbas is a moderate Muslim, stating that the Prophet says if somebody, he's a Muslim, he disgraces his religion, which means Islam, kill him? Can we say Ibn Abbas is ISIS? Obviously ISIS is following the steps of the best men of Islam. Ibn Abbas and Ali, both of them, they are the cousins of Muhammad. Both, for those who do not know. So those are not only the companion of the Prophet, those are the family of Muhammad. One he burned, the other one he preferred to kill. So when a Muslim, he says to me, I am against this, he's against who exactly? He's against Islam? When a Muslim says, I am against killing, are you kidding me? Isn't it your Prophet he said that? Isn't it your Prophet who practiced that? Isn't it Ali and the Khalifa and all the Muslims, they practice burning non-Muslims? Or burning Muslims who left Islam? This is a hadith about Muhammad himself saying, the Messenger of Allah sent us in expedition, and he said to us, if you find so and so, he named 2 persons, alright, belong to Quraysh, commit them by fire, burn them by fire. Alright? And when those guys are going to leave, he said, you know what, I changed my mind. Don't punish them by the punishment of Allah. If you find them, kill them. So this was the first order of burning in Islam, was coming from Muhammad. And remember always, those are stories reported by Muslims, not by us, which means this is one side of the story. God knows how many times Muhammad he sent to burn people, but he did not change his mind. And I'm not going to talk now here why he changed his mind, showing that he have a mental illness, because why you say something and then you change your mind? Like, are you saying you were wrong? The Muslim, they say to us, the Prophet is protected when it's come to make orders of law. Was that wrong or he was right? So just to make it simple, all the video of Mr. James White he is making, he is causing you to be confused. He is not really explaining things to you. He is mixing things up. He do not know what to say. He is trying to say to us there is Muslims who don't believe in ISIS, but do those Muslims believe in Islam? He is trying to say to us there is Muslims who don't believe in killing, but does that mean they don't believe in Muhammad? He is trying to say to you there's many scholars of Islam, they oppose ISIS, but they do oppose the Sharia law. Do they oppose if somebody changes his religion, kill him? Do they oppose that Christians have to pay jizya? So what this guy is talking about? So I hope people they understand. And you know, if somebody he defend the Bible, doesn't mean that you are a God for the Christians. Defend the Bible, but he is misleading the Christians when it comes to filthy religion like this. Because when you're a child now, he listen to this guy, he will say, you know what, he will go and look at this James White. He's a Christian man, very well known, and he said to us, not all Muslims believe in killing us. And this is not Islam. This is the danger. He is not saying only not all Muslims believe in this. He's saying they think they are Muslims, which means Islam is not about that. ISIS, they think they are Muslims, but they are not. You know what? From all those scholars you said they sign against ISIS, can you find me one scholar saying that they are not Muslims? You cannot find one. They call them whatever names. They call them Khawarij, which mean like they exaggerate in the interpretation. What all of them, they agree they are Muslims. For a Muslim is someone, he followed the Prophet. As simple as that. And I believe they are the best to follow the Prophet of Islam steps.
Oh, fine. I wish y'all would be maybe arranging some debates with people and then letting the rest of us know and watch this. I've said to a number of my good Muslim friends, you all need to be producing clear, mass.
My good Muslim friends, my goodness. How someone claim to be educated, he can say such a thing. My good Muslim friends. This guy, he have good Muslim friends. You believe it? He have what? He have good Muslim friends. Like who? Shabir Ali? Who is your good Muslim friends? You see, obviously this guy is not a scholar, and maybe he is have a good knowledge in the Bible, I don't know, but in this topic he is zero, is extremely zero, and he is every step he walk, every word he say is nothing but deception. This is chapter 9 verse number 23. Chapter 9 verse number 23. We just heard him saying, my good Muslim friends. Do you have a good Muslim friends and bad Muslim friends? Anyway. Oh, you believe. Do not take your father and your brothers as a friends or protectors or whatever you want to call it. Now, the Quran is saying that to who? To the Muslims. Against who? Against their father and their brother. Do you know what does that mean? Father is your fraud. Your father from your blood. Your father from your blood is the one he is talking about, not a father from like Christians say to a priest, a father. This is a real father, the one who married your mother and made her pregnant with you. A Muslim cannot take him as a friend. So how this guy, he says to me, I have good Muslim friends. Why a Muslim cannot take them as a friends? Because they preferred disbelief over the belief, which means they are not Muslims. And then this guy, when he say, my good Muslim friends, and you hear him, your child, your teenage, your daughter, will think, you know what, James White, he have good Muslim friends. So I can have good Muslim friends too. And by the way, I'm not against having a Muslim friend. I'm not against it. But I am not stupid to believe that a Muslim, he will be my friend when the Quran says so. He cannot do that. So when a Muslim, he says to me, I am your friend, is that mean he is leaving Islam and he stopped believing in this garbage? Does that mean he will not practice Islam no more? Because Islam obviously is saying you cannot take anyone who is not a Muslim as a friend, even if he is your father, even if he is your brother. What else? What is more? My brother from my blood, my father who brought me to this life, I cannot take him as a friend just because he is a person of disbelief. So what I see in his speeches, in this James White, very offensive to the Christians, very misleading, very disgusting. There's poison between the words. He's trying to put in your mind that we have good Muslim friends. Well, how this happened? Shabir Ali is your best friend maybe. Shabir Ali, do he believe in this? Do Shabir Ali believe in this? And you know what? I challenge you to make Shabir Ali to make a video saying, I don't believe in that. I challenge you. I challenge the best of your good friends to make a video says, I don't believe in this chapter, I don't believe in chapter 551, I don't believe in chapter 3 verse 28, and many of them. Can you? They will never do that. So why you are misleading the Christians saying my good Muslim friends? Are you being hypocrite to the Muslims? Which means you know there are Muslims who will not take you as a friend, but you are being hypocrite by calling them friend? That will not make you Christian. Are you a person of knowledge who knows those verses, but still you decide to say they are my friends to be hypocrite? That will not make you Christian. Are you ignorant? That's a big problem. So what I'm trying to say to you guys, yes, somebody, maybe he is a person supposedly he defend the Bible, but doesn't mean really he is so smart and intelligent. Maybe he have a knowledge in the Bible, but doesn't make him really someone he can explain Islam to you. Maybe he can explain the Bible for you. But obviously, in this topic, he is lost, he is misleading you, and he is deceiving you. The Quran is so clear that Muslims cannot be friends to non-Muslims. And that simply is the message of Islam. It's a message of hate and evil. A Muslim cannot be a friend to non-Muslims. What does that mean? It means we are always enemies with anyone who is not a Muslim. So this guy, he's trying to say to us, ISIS do not present the spirit of Islam. Well, this is the spirit of Islam is in front of you. That is the core spirit of Islam. Everyone is not a Muslim, is an enemy. This is why Islam divided the land to two lands, the land of peace and the land of war. Darul Silm or Darul Harb. So all his video is shish kebab, falafel, stupid talk. And this is why I found myself I have to make a video to expose how many stupid things he said, sadly. I'm not trying to insult him. I'm calling what he said is stupid. I'm not here to insult anyone. What he's saying is shameful because this guy, he claimed to have a knowledge, a scholar. How a scholar he fell into those traps? Are you being politically correct? Or maybe you are scared of the Muslim to say the truth? Maybe you are coward to say that Islam is a bad religion, disgusting. Obviously, this is the message of Islam in front of you. And all of us, we know that like in the same chapter, actually now, right now we are in chapter 5 verse 51. If we go to chapter 5 verse 14, the same chapter, you will see the following. In this message here, Allah wants to spread hate and enmity between the Christians. And from those who say we are Christians, We took their covenant, but they forgot portion of it, of that, of which they were reminded. So we caused among them, yeah, hatred, enemy to each other, until the judgment day, until the day of resurrection. That is the message of Islam. So what do you mean your good Muslim friends? Do your good Muslim friends believe that their duty is to spread hate between us? Maybe now Allah is working in you. He is doing that. He's trying to make you say things will divide the Christians. Because the whole point of this message is to divide the Christians and make them hate each other. And that will make Allah happy. That is the message of Islam. Are you willing to say, Mr. James White, that this is evil and this is disgusting? Are you willing to say to your best friend Shabir Ali, your book is a book of the devil? Or you want to say to him, no, I know Islam is not bad. Some Muslims, they have wrong interpretation for the Qur'an, blah, blah, blah.
Maybe arranging some debates with people and then letting the rest of us know and watch this. I've said to a number of my good Muslim friends, all need to be producing clear, mass producing books and pamphlets, not just simply saying ISIS is wrong, but showing how ISIS is wrong.
How?
Specifically, strong argumentation, multiple lines. Shouldn't be that difficult to do.
All right. You see, guys, the contradiction of this speech. If you go in the beginning of the video, he was implying simply that ISIS are not present in Islam, and not all Islamic are ISIS, or not all Islamic they do believe in this. And now he's asking the Muslims to give proofs that ISIS are not Islamic, when he is already confirming that they are not. So how you confirm when you have no idea? How you say ISIS, they think they are Islamic, but they are not? When you are just now asking the Muslims to provide proofs and reference that they are not. It looked like somebody, he drank too much wine and he decided to open his camera and talk.
But see, here's the problem. You and I both know that they are depending upon particular strata, particular elements of the hadith, the sunnah, and saying this is what is applicable to me. And you've got to understand something. I have a book here in my hand. And this entire book, expensive book, right? $250, I think. Expensive book. This is Al-Waqidi's Campaigns of Muhammad. It's funny, they decide, very interesting in English, the life of Muhammad. That's not what it says. That's not the Arabic title. Al-Maghazi is campaigns. The entire book from beginning to end. The raid of the Banu Nadir, the raid of the Al-Hudaybiyah, the raid of Al-Fatah, the raid. Here's the Battle of Badr, right at the beginning. The raid of Uhud. All it is, the whole book. How many pages is this book? 580 pages, okay? Nothing but the military campaigns of Muhammad. Now, it simply has to be recognized that there is a fundamental difference between the character and role of Muhammad and that of Jesus. You know, during the
all right, I was stopping here because simply this guy is really weird. Guys, he just showed you a huge book showing how many Muhammad he made attacks and how many raid he did, how many war he went through, how many people he killed. A huge book just talking about that. Then he want to convince us that there is Muslims who don't believe in this. How that can be? If we take this out of Islam, Islam is gone. So my point is very simple for those who they are listening. I'm not against James White. I'm not here to call him names. I'm so disgusted of words he say between the lines, which is implying that Islam is not ISIS. And ISIS are not practicing Islam. The book you are reading, by the way, the book he is reading, which is a translation, I'm sure it's false translation, try to make the story of Muhammad look nicer, full of disgusting things. Disgusting. I have the book I have the book actually in paper, but I have it in a file too, but for sure it's in Arabic. As an example, in section 136, it says that the killing of Asma is the daughter of Marwan. Muhammad killing an assassination to kill women. To kill what? Women. Anyone who opposed Muhammad he sent an assassinator to kill him. The killing of Abi Afk, he sent men to kill a man. He is an old man. إن شيخا من بني عمرو ابن عوف من بني عمرو بن عوف يقال له أبو عفك وكان شيخا كبيرا وقد بلغ 20 سنة حتى قدم النبي. If I take this to Google translation, I will show you what I'm talking about, to show you how evil that Muhammad is. I will take it to Google translation as it is, and I will show you what kind of people Muhammad used to kill. I will copy paste in Google in front of your eyes. We post the thing here. I will post it again. Alright. An old man who built Amr, etc. The translation is not very accurate, but look how old he is. He is 120 years old, and he killed him for opposing him. Is that Muhammad, or this is ISIS? So what I find it amusing for me, that Mr. James White, he read the book like this, and still he say this is not ISIS are not Muslims. They think they are Muslims. He have a book which all of it is about killing Jews, killing Christians, killing anyone who don't accept Muhammad, women, old men. It doesn't matter really who they are, and still he is saying to us that, I wish you guys would speak Arabic to share with me the screen, which is disgusting. Killing of Ibn al-Ashraf, killing Asma, killing Rifqa, killing and killing and killing and killing. All of it, it's about killing, not just about ride. He said ride. What ride? Very disgusting. Attacking people when they are not in war with Muhammad. Attacking people who they have peace with Muhammad. Muhammad saying, اقتلوا عدو الله فضربوه بأسيافهم. The Prophet says, kill the enemy of Allah. Like, come on. Very disgusting story. So how you come to us and says, my good Muslim friends, they are against ISIS? Are they against the killing of those people too? Is ISIS fit perfectly with what Muhammad did? Now I think we have enough with those videos. I will go to some comments in my previous video. Somebody says to me that James White pointed out about closing mosque for Trump. Trump, I don't think he said so. Or what Trump he said is very simple. He was against refugee. He never said a closed mosque. He want to monitor anyone to be suspected of terrorism. You know, if there's a church teaching terrorism, watch it. You know what? Close it. As simple as that. If there's someone he claimed to be Christian and he's trying to make a KKK, I will not oppose even to go for execution if he want to kill people because of their color, or he want to kill people because they are different from him. Execution is good. So we don't want to go with the hypocrisy and the discussing of someone said, yeah, I support what Donald Trump he said. All the terrorists are coming from one faith. So why we want to watch the Jews? If all the terrorists are Muslim, they shout Allahu Akbar. Why I want to watch the Hindus? I think simple logic work, right? In the Constitution of USA, it says until now in the law that if somebody is a communist, we don't give him a visa. You believe it or not? Which means we forbid people for their ideology to enter the country. It's in your law. If this is the ideology of Muslims, if the Muslims is coming here to kill us, why you want to give him a visa? Are you stupid? Then we continue. You know, you see some people, they have their own statement here. Here somebody is saying to me, you said that you have to be a believer to be Christian. It's in account, you have to also to follow Jesus and do what he did. For example, many non-denominational Christians don't attend masses. They call themselves Christians. Oh no, this is not true. You see, if you don't attend like a church, doesn't mean you are not Christian. Because simply, in Jesus' time there was no church anyway. What church? The church is every two met, and I am the third. I will be between you. Every two mention my name, I will be between you. So two of us, we talk about Jesus. That is a church. A church is not a building. Don't fool yourself. What mass? What service? What are you talking about? There's nothing called really service. Actually, churches today are not doing their job as a churches. They became a social club like the mosque. A mosque where they recruit for terrorists. In the church, they recruit for money. Donate for us, etc. Unless, not for sure, not all of them, you know. But there's many of them, they are like that. It's a social club. We do barbecue and we meet and etc. But the real churches is not those who they have big buildings. The real churches is the ones as done at home, between the people, from the people. The people are the church, not the priest. Don't fool yourself. When Jesus he met with his disciples, they did not meet them in a church. He met them in a house. Always. There's no church. It was not his favorite place to meet his disciples in the synagogue. It was in a house. And Jesus even himself, he said, when you pray, go into your closet and pray. He did not say go to the church. You are the church. So don't fool yourself with those things about, you know, a good believer or not a good believer. So if you don't go to the church, you are not a Muslim. You're not a Christian, sorry. Right? Some they are not even baptized. Well, let us say somebody is not baptized. I believe strongly you should be baptized, but let me give you an example of somebody that not baptized and he was a Christian too. The one who was next to Jesus in the cross, he believed in Jesus. He wasn't baptized. And Jesus, he promised him heaven. So if you are a true believer, at the end of the day, I believe the Lord, he is the one who have the authority, not me, to say your baptism already there. It's your belief. It's up to him. For sure, for me as a believer, I believe in baptism. But we have an example where Jesus, he promised someone he never did baptism and he went to heaven. He promised him heaven. So don't go by the rules, go by the faith. You know, God is not a policeman. He make rules and 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, red traffic, yellow traffic, green traffic. All right? The important for him how truthful you are. Let us say I'm a person who get baptized and I live in somewhere in Saudi Arabia. I did not get baptized, but I became Christian. I believe in Jesus. Does that mean I'm not Christian? That's not true. All right? Somebody here saying that the government already is forcing homosexuality in the churches. They can force you to do whatever, you know, they can say whatever, it's the government. But in your Bible, it says it clearly, homosexuality is a big sin. Here we go. I'm making a video about it. I'm speaking with my voice. Everybody know me. Let the government come to me. This is my Bible. So if you are ashamed of your belief, you will not. You will follow what they are saying. If you are not ashamed and you are a believer, you say it. Nobody can force you. Nobody can do it. You want to go to jail? You want to go to jail for it? Go to jail for it. Are you a true Christian or false? Let us say they made a law. It says if you say homosexuality is a big sin and you go to jail for it. Okay, well, this is my belief. This is my belief. I'm not teaching violence. I'm not teaching hate. My belief, sexuality, homosexuality is a big sin. As many sins in the Bible, the same as adultery, the same as a child molestation. Even to be drunk is a sin in the Bible. So why I cannot talk about certain things? This is my belief. This is my book. This is my God. And this is freedom of speech. And this is a freedom of belief. Freedom of belief. I don't believe in killing you. I believe in my right to believe. A gay, he want to be a gay. Let him be a gay. Well, have fun. We will not harm anyone. But in our belief, this is a big sin. If you don't like to hear my opinion, don't ask me the question about it then. Then you will not be offended. Now, somebody else here. Let us see. I'm just trying to answer the one to respond. I think this is most of it. Yeah, somebody here is speaking about the crusade. He says the crusade in their history, they killed even Christians. Let us say for the sake of argument this is true. Who said that the crusade are angels of God? Nobody is saying that. This is a war, and war is led by kings, and kings they do bad and good. Alright? But we are talking about the reason of the crusade when we speak about the crusade. What is the crusade? The crusade was meant to defend the land which the Christians been attacked by Muslims. Now, if the crusade they did, like, you know, are you going to say to me that our army, USA Army, is a bad army because one guy, when he went to Iraq, he raped a woman? There is bad people everywhere. There's criminals, they might join this crusade. And I'm sure there's many. But when we talk about the crusade, we are talking about the general picture of the crusade, what it was the crusade for. People judge the crusade as an action, but not as a reaction, which is false. So you have to be honest. I'm not supporting war anyway, but I support defending ourselves. If the Muslim want to attack me, well, you have the right to defend yourself. If the Muslim, they took our Constantinople, we have the right to take it back. Right now, it's under the Turkish. And none of you Christians even think to take back what we lost. All those countries you see in the Middle East, those are our land. Me, myself, I'm from there. The Muslim took it with no rights. They came with occupation. They came with the sword. So if you want to say to me, I want to do a crusade to take it back, do you think this is wrong? I will not say it's wrong. Because we are defending our right, we are defending our homes, we want to take it back. They took our land, they forced us to speak Arabic, they forced us to convert to Islam, they forced us to pay jizya in the best scenario. And then we are the criminals if we defend ourselves. So if the crusade in their history did any crime, that will count on them. And if they did any good, that will count for them too. So just be fair and be just. If not the crusade, and this is what most important for me, Europe will be a Muslim territory long time ago. All of us, we know the story of Lion the Heart, or you know, he defeated the Muslims and he saved Europe. If not him, Europe will be a Muslim now. Go and see the map. Go and read history. Muslims almost took all of Europe. Almost. You guys, you have a very long, bad memory. You forgot. You forgot your history very fast. So anyway, I hope that's this video was very clear. And if you have any question for me, and again, I am not against James White. I'm against statement he is saying, which is misleading and deceiving for the Christians when he tried to implement that ISIS is not Islam and Islam is not ISIS, and ISIS don't present the truth of Islam. And the funny, he himself, he showed us a book which is very expensive. Well, I'm glad you can afford it, and you are wasting your time to read this book, because obviously it was a waste of time and a waste of money, but still yet you could not recognize that this is Islam. After all the killing stories you saw in the book, you could not recognize that this is how disgusting Islam is. And this is what is important for me. Because what the benefit of being a scholar, knowledgeable, and then I read a book which is very expensive, as you say, and very huge book, and then after all of this you say ISIS is not Islam? And what is really making me upset when he say that when somebody says ISIS is the whole Islam, that is nothing but a lie. And let me tell you what does that mean. He is insulting us, all of the Christians who say ISIS is the true Islam, when he say it's a lie, because he is saying we are liars. He is not saying we are wrong. There's a huge difference between saying you guys are wrong and saying you are a liar. So when you say whoever Christian he say that ISIS is a whole Islam or Islam, this is absolutely a lie. He is accusing me and you and whoever believe in this to be a liar. And that is a shameful behavior from someone to claim to be a scholar in Christianity, accusing his fellow Christians to be liars when this is not the case. Because let us say, for the sake of argument, I am wrong. You don't call me a liar. I am wrong. You call me wrong. You are wrong. Should I call Mr. James you are a liar? I said you are ignorant. I don't know, like, I'm not calling him a liar. I'm calling him misleaded, misguided, and misleading us too. I think everything he is doing it based in ignorance, which is foolish. You know, I frame the word ignorance by the word foolish. Foolish is, you know, is speaking on something but you do not know it. Claim to have a knowledge and you speak about something. Like I want to teach you about medicine, but I do not know even how to read the paper come with the medication. I teach you about engineering, but I do not know even anything about engineering. And this is what I see about Mr. James. He is teaching us about Islam, but every step he took in his conversation, he is making a huge mistake, which is misleading. And the most insulting that he say that those who say ISIS is Islam, they are liars. And this is why we saw in the video made by Muslims saying that someone like David Wood is a liar, Sam Shamoun is a liar, Christian Prince is a liar. Is that what a Christian scholar, you know? And the funny, he is the one, he is wrong, and we prove it with the proofs and reference. And the book in his hand is proving it. The book in his hand, you see it? It's proving everything we say. Go and search for the book he mentioned in English and see what I'm talking about. All the book is the book of death. It is the book of death. Nothing there but slaughtering, assassinating women, old men, etc. And then he says to us that, oh, you know what? Whoever says ISIS is Islam, he is saying a lie. What a shameful statement. With this, I close my video. Thank you very much. Christ is Lord. Islam is false. And don't listen to anyone who don't support what he say with the proofs and reference. Speeches is very easy. Give us your proofs. And the proofs, obviously, it's in his hand. He is carrying it. You know, the Bible speak about certain kind of animals who carry books, but they don't understand it, or they cannot read it. So don't be like them, Mr. James White. You are carrying the book, and you know how to read, and you are a smart person. The book in front of you is the proof that ISIS is Islam. Actually, ISIS are nice Muslims comparing to Muhammad. And we can prove that easy. With this we close. Thank you very much. God bless.